Really depends. But yeah, oh my gosh. These feature matches are nuts. Every feature match has been a banger so far. Got Dzeff in here. One of the OGs. Oh, we love access code. So yeah, we're just gonna be watching the stream and just commentating, just chilling. I might like re-upload these as VODs. Shout out to Devin Rodriguez, Buffalo OG, who had a feature match earlier today at round 2, and he won it with a very cool deck. His feature Horus PK. We're gonna turn this up. I'm gonna turn myself a little bit down, but we'll talk when we need to.
Then that means your opponent, well, he's going to see one of those new Exosister Xyz monsters. There's a lot of different decks out there that do access the graveyard, whether it's Purrely or even Rescue Ace, but his opponent shall be playing Mannadium. So you don't have to access the graveyard of Mannadium, but obviously the deck is better when you do, right? Vicious Astrolaud and Mannadium Imaginings, etc. But this is going to be interesting to see whether or not that box is enough.
Absolutely. Brennan's going to be having to use his Mannadium strategy really efficiently here, trying to avoid using those effects like Valerium, as well as...
Shout out to Mannadium. We love Mannadium out here.
Even the level 6 synchro. Just to correct that as well, he is also representing America, so it's not going to be a grudge war between nations here. He's just from Ohio.
Oh, I see. They corrected the flag there. Yeah. Well, that's good, though. It's one of those things where duelists do travel from all over the world, but it's nice to find somebody who shares your experiences, because that's what this game is really all about. It's just two people who don't know each other playing a fun game.
Absolutely. You meet so many friends just playing the game like this, because it's a lot of interactions that you wouldn't have normally. You wouldn't normally go up and talk to all these people randomly, but because you have this mutual connection, you have this thing that you have in common, you just can start up a conversation over anything.
Exactly. They're from different walks of life, but they have that same great hobby in mind. So the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is what has brought us duels together as intended.
Looks like the players are getting just about ready to start. The decks are shuffled up. Are they ready to roll the dice?
Perhaps. It's going to be interesting because this is going to be a very dice roll-y game. Think about it. If Exosister gets to go first, he gets to put that box together, right? It gets to summon out those different monsters and say, hey, you want to touch your graveyard? That's your decision. On the other side, though, if Mannadium gets to do its stuff first, then it doesn't even have to worry about that. It's already accessed the graveyard before an Exosister appeared. But let's go to game 1.
Absolutely. Game 1 here at YCS Richmond, round number 5. We talk about the die roll being important in basically every match, but it's not necessarily important for both decks, but it's really important for one because of how much stronger the other deck is at going first. That's what we really commonly see. Mannadium doesn't really mind going second. Its board is strong, or at least its abilities to play into boards is strong enough that it can just do so, and it has all those powerful spells to do so as well. But I think Exosister really needs to go first to be able to set up at all. Otherwise, Mannadium could just take it away very quickly.
Well, obviously, Doug got this far in the tournament knowing that, so hopefully he showcases what it's like to go second with Exosister at some point in this duel.
Well, he will have to, because Brennan rolled an 8 here, and almost certainly he will be going first.
There we go. Get to see the opening hand here.
It looks like a Visas, Arrival, Rykart, Rhoda, and Reichphobia. Looks like we're going to go start with that reinforcement of the army. Likely going for a copy of Mannadium Ramhart. Ooh, signed.
Wonder whose autograph that is.
Could be anyone. Who would be the most iconic Mannadium player?
Well, it might have been one of our top 4 competitors from last week, but let's focus on Brennan for now. Going to start with the opening play. Thinking pensively there, was almost about to commit to board.
Activate Reichphobia.
So just going ahead and go.
Exosister is definitely an interesting
just a Scareclaw monster at this point,
choice. Shout out to Steven Santoli.
Does let you get that combo going. Pretty easy to get things set up. Grab that Scareclaw Arrival after Link summoning, but doeses't seem like Doug has anything to stop it.
Yep, there is.
It'll be interesting to see what Mannadium version he's on. Like,
if
more people are going for the Triff build. I mean, obviously, Samsara's really running the show right now. I did not, I called that wrong in my deck profile.
Lightheart being able to add an additional copy of the field spell here.
Phobia? Yep.
Certainly helpful because you have to remember that field spell's not just about the searching, it's also about that 3 monsters in defense position, allowing you to destroy 1 card basically for free.
Yeah, absolutely. Which can be useful on your own monsters if you need to trigger something along the lines of Mannadium Meek.
Targeting Lightheart.
It looks like we're just going to go right up from Visas here. Going to destroy the Lightheart.
Once per duel effect of Lightheart.
Just going to be able to put it right back on the field.
It's going to be Visa Starfrost and Starfrost Services.
Rival targeting Reichart. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to lead with an early Baron de Fleur before he commits any of his other monsters.
That would be smart. We are getting up on that as Nibiru numbers.
Targeting Reichart.
Yeah, use the Rampage effect in hand
effect,
to destroy the Reichart and special summon itself.
Probably going to grab Mannadium Meek, I would assume.
Mannadium Meek.
There it is. Meek's able to special summon himself.
Starfrost?
Yep. Or the 1521, because none of these stats are currently being boosted by the field spell, I believe.
Synchro to Baron the floor.
There is the Baron. And now, is he going to be using the effect of Baron to destroy his own Meek?
Definitely could do that.
But not that it would really do anything, but it just, he could.
Doug's looking at his
Looks
hand.
like,
He might have had something he could activate.
Things are going pretty well.
Think about next turn.
Yeah, I think he's trying to like navigate.
I like
what
all the
he
Triff
expects
signatures.
the field to look like at the end of this, and then try to figure out what his hand can do into that position.
Looks like Scareclaw Kashtira and the Scareclaw Lightheart going to turn into Cross Sheep.
Right, so now he's going to be able to go into Vicious Astrolaud using that Visa Starfrost in either the Rum or the Reichart here.
Ream Hearts.
Looks like he's going to use the Ream Heart.
Historical duelists know the power of banishing a light and a dark monster from the graveyard.
Yep. From your extra deck, though, that's you know.
Adds
At this point, I mean, if Baron's already on the field, the
All right, so we're getting a lot
Mannadium
of
player
these
has
here.
free reign to go
Gastro's gonna
anywhere.
destroy the
Like,
Meek.
if
Cross is going to
Baron
be able to
resolves, the
resummon
Mannadium player
Reichart.
basically usually
And Meek will
wins.
be able to summon another monster here, just another Meek.
Likely level modulated up to 4.
I will make this level 4.
There we go.
Synchro summon.
Oh, it's going to go into Crimson Dragon?
This would be a great way to bring out Bestial Dissipator.
Crimson Dragon effect targeting Baron. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to immediately go into Baron to go into Spotter.
It's so wild that over the years we've gotten these big level 10 synchro decks. You know, level 10 synchro used to feel impossible, and now, well, Brennan showing how easy it is to do.
Yeah, they were often so overlooked because there's such a limited amount of powerful ones, and now there's not really any shortage of them, except, like, I mean, you always kind of stare down at that Baron de Fleur. That's the one you expect to see every single time.
Now the question is, are we going to finally get to see Draco Knight Equest in this duel?
Yeah, this is one of the positions where it would be extremely effective, but a main deck Super Polymerization at this point in the format, I'm not really sure if I'd expect it.
Cross Sheep has just really become such a good card.
Fan favorite 5Ds card.
Incredible card.
Looks like we're going to link again here using Visa Starfrost and Cross Sheep.
Maybe for Little Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have the Little Knight.
Yeah, we got the Little Knight. Little Knight's just like, it's replaced Apo in the
And
stack.
he's going to use the effect of Little Knight because an extra monster was used for it. He's going to be able to banish his own Astrolaud from the graveyard.
So that's going to be it for now. Of course, that Bestial Dissipator can be used to put the Astrolaud back to destroy a monster after the effect is activated. So that's a huge play that could be seen later. Allows you to run less vicious Astrolauds too. Taking a quick look at that Bestial Dissipator in hand.
Yes.
Now this is going to be interesting because we just talked about how difficult it might be for an Exosister deck to start its plays from here, especially since the graveyard has already been accessed.
Yeah, and I don't know if we've mentioned it yet, but I don't know how an Exosister deck really plays that well into Little Knight, because even if you do trigger their effects, Little Knight would be just able to chain and immediately banish that monster, which would not allow it to rank itself up.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Magnifica, Exosister's Magnifica may not even be able to do what it needs to do because of SP Little Knight. Now we are seeing Martha here.
I'm gonna grab food quickly. Oh wait, so that was the start for Mannadium.
But I guess it's not really doing anything.
And it makes
until
sense
it, ranks itself up.
with the Scareclaw start. That was not the strongest start. We don't see the reframing. He probably doesn't even run the reframing. We'll see. But it's not a bad board at all. It's just could go harder.
And notice the question there for Brennan is that an activated effect. I think
It might be able to do the job, though, however, against Exosister, which is a deck that really only extends 3 times.
Okay. Right, so no activated effects in the graveyard for Brennan this turn.
That's an activated effect? Yes, that is an activated effect. To that, I will chain Baron to negate and destroy.
Sure. Interesting. Okay, so Baron is going to be used up now.
So now he's just looking at the Bestial Dissipator and the SP Little Knight, but that's still a lot.
Now, there is a normal summon here.
Spirit monster to my hand.
As a spirit monster to your
And then
hand.
spirits can't be special summoned, they bounce back to the hand during the end phase.
Yeah, this was always such a neat additional engine
I'll
to
chain
the
SP
Exosister
Little Knight, targeting
strategy, because you get to
Baron
put up a rank
Martha.
4 on the field without actually special summoning a monster out before doing so. So you get to still maintain all your Exosister effects while making an Exosister natural.
That's not every day that you see spirits in competitive play.
But this is the crazy interaction that you don't see super often, but it's the extreme value of Little Knight banishing Baron as well as another monster on the field. So when the Baron comes back, it has not used its effect on the field yet.
Wait, that's crazy. I never even thought about that.
SP Little Knight, definitely the MVP of Age of Overlord. It's really showing its flexibility not only to protect yourself, but also to kind of reuse your own effects.
Yeah, that card being extremely strong. You've seen it a mainstay in almost every strategy at 1, but we've seen it sometimes going up to even 3 copies in the deck.
It is interesting. I wonder if maybe this Aritama and Sakitama might combine, because that's the thing, any 2 monsters. Very strong card. I don't know if we've seen 2 monsters combined into something that strong since maybe Predaplant Verte Anaconda.
Yeah, I think they are very similar, right? Except it doesn't require any of those main deck requirements. You just have everything you need in your extra deck. Given not necessarily as powerful as what Anaconda could do, but arguably, maybe it is.
It definitely keeps you safe. I think that's what's so important is SP Little Knight gives you confidence to start playing the game.
Exosister card, and then if I have her girlfriend engraved, she can special summon immediately.
So Pax is being used here. Going to go ahead and pay 800 to add an Exosister card.
See which one we're grabbing here.
Engrave, I can add in special Stella.
All right.
So we've got Stella on the field now. We do have 2 monsters again. Might be time to SP Little Knight in revenge, but we'll see.
You know, I was looking for a way to like concisely explain how they special summon themselves.
What's up,
I think
Uriel?
Doug used it.
What's
really
up, my
good phrase,
guy,
just a
Yuri?
girlfriend. If they have the appropriate friend in the graveyard, you can special summon it from the hand off the effective packs.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
We're just watching incredible feature matches. They've all been bangers today.
Someone Michaelis here.
The summon.
I mean, my guy Jesse Cotton Smoke
No, it's just, I think, quick effect during the turn itself.
his game, but
Those players
that
doing a
is
great
to
job of
be,
communicating their
expected.
moves to one another. Very important in any Yu-Gi-Oh competition.
Yeah, Doug really explaining his cards well so that Brennan has all the knowledge he needs.
my boy was an
You can just fan out your grave real quick.
guy that I go locals
Great,
with
very important
sometimes.
to the Exosister strategy.
When there's round 2 feature match, he was playing the Horus engine, so that was really hyped to see. Definitely wish I was there, but
At the moment, you might want to get the visas out
it's
of there.
cool to see that they're
just so
like
that it's
starting
not,
to get the
available for
coverage
Asher Loud next
pretty
turn.
good on these YCSs because the
Probably a
side
good
shows have been good
idea.
too.
Looks like we're adding Returnia.
Completely agree. I completely just learned about the SP interaction with Baron. Like Baron completely.
It's nice to see Exosister
You get to
doing
reuse
well
Baron's
this late
negate
into
now
the
because
tournament. Obviously,
of
we're still about
SP.
the mid rounds, but
Something
it's
to
one of those decks
keep in
where
mind
it
in
has to
Mannadium.
kind of have things go right for it. But once it does, it does. It just makes a trap.
Yeah, like the individual bodies of the Xyz monsters are very powerful, and if you're ever
I hate
actually
the
playing into
Exosister
the
matchup.
Exosister effects, the deck feels a lot stronger.
It's like when die roll and don't let them see Shifter, and then like if you can play through
Honestly, a
Shifter,
really
it's
good
sometimes
benefit today
fine.
too, because when you
Yes,
think about
Dragoon's a
everything
hell
we
of a
featured
card.
today, everybody was touching the graveyard.
With Branded at least.
Yeah, I mean, some decks have a lot more flexibility, but when you consider a deck like TEARLAMENT, it's a lot harder.
23 over
Alright, so effectively dealing with the Little Knight now, even though it has used its effect already, so at least the Baron will be coming back.
And then in battle phase still,
Yes.
Machias effect, target the...
He's going to be using the effect of Machias now to banish a card, and he's going to go after the Despotter.
All right.
Okay, smart there too, making sure.
Yep.
So what happened to the monster banished off Little Knight? That wasn't the Baron? Was it used to negate something with Despotter?
I believe it was, but at the same time, I'm not sure. It should come back. If both monsters leave and one isn't able to come back, the other monster still does come back.
Yeah,
so we
absolutely.
still should see Barong, which is insane.
Yeah, just like I mean that's the other interaction of Little Knight in this strategy specifically, because you're able to use the Spotter as a second ability using your opponent's banished cards, and they don't even get the card back anymore.
So we've got our Pot of Prosperity here. Looks like we're seeing Triple Tactics Thrust, a Forbidden Lance, 2 copies of Martha. Looks like Exosister Pax and 1 other card.
The Infinite Permanence? Or-
Oh, it is an Infinite Permanence. Okay, the Rarity Collection art threw me off there.
Yeah, no, that looks like a Europrint Ultimate Rare.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Gorgeous card nonetheless.
Absolutely. You gotta get all the swirls. So Doug is going to use thrust here. Now, all versions of tactics are available. Oh, he's just going to go for his in-engine Exosister. What is that?
Looks like Bodice.
Yeah, so he has both the destruction, or like the banish, as well as the summon effects now.
No, he's doing good. He is creating that almighty box that his opponent's going to have to play into.
But, I mean, Brennan's going to be able to just summon Baron
Horse
back.
branded
Start his turn.
Synchro. Now you've seen Dark
What a
Paladin
way
video.
to start a turn, right? We all wish that Baron de Fleur would just drop into our lap.
What do you mean? Is there a link in the
What
Discord?
an incredible
Unless it
card
was
to
the
just have
video
returned
you already
and be able
liked.
to use both of its effects again.
Ooh, and it looks like a Reamheart is off the top. It's going to be pretty strong here.
Definitely has a way to play back into it. Brennan is not out of this duel just yet.
Main phase.
I mean, crazy to even consider that Exosister was able to crack that field.
Well, I mean, that's the power of running spirit monsters, apparently.
There's a lot of extenders.
Exosister certainly has a lot more room, I think, for tech slots, too. So it's fun to be able to add those out-of-engine cards to kind of keep that extending going.
Absolutely. It looks like, I wonder if you were supposed to lead with the Ryphobia or you were supposed to attempt to just use Baron to destroy something outright.
Yeah, so I'll be targeting this one.
Alright, so he's just going to go ahead and banish the Ryphobia, which is fine, I think. I don't think you care too much. You're not going to use the Baron on that. And then you're going to try to go after one of the other sets at this point, just so you can really eliminate as many variables as you can before you have to commit any of your actual resources.
No, I definitely agree with you on the Baron play. There's no reason to stop things right now.
So, yeah, we might see a chain here. Yeah, so that Returnia could get its additional effect so that if Vadis resolves first, an Exceed Summon will be conducted. Actually, no, it won't because... Oh, no.
So Returnia would be immediately after the effect resolves Exceed Summon an Exosister monster.
Yeah, so it can. So it would be able to do all of it. This is an interesting chain. I think maybe Baron has to be used on this one.
To that one, I will chain Baron de Fleur.
And it looks like he agrees.
We're all putting in work there.
Yep, banish that.
And then Baron can still go and use its destruction effect on the last set here or the Michaelis if he really feels like it.
Kind of a tale of two choices, right? The face down could be chainable, but the face up monster, you know, may not.
I mean, you know it's not an infinite permanence because it would have been used. Oh, okay, it's just a call by. That's really strong here on the Visa Starfrost, I think.
I'm gonna hit the SP.
Oh, it's going to hit the SP? That's interesting. Yeah.
Maybe to prevent the SP Little Knight from being a factor next turn?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to have another turn, really, but we'll have to see because he doesn't know about the Rumheart in hand.
Bestial branded
he-
Synchro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he wanted to keep him off one of those level 4 heart monsters as much as he could, but seeing just one.
Yeah, no, that opening was enough for the Mannadium player, which was actually pretty crazy. Mannadium's in an insane spot right now. Like, we kind of saw it coming if you played Mannadium like me at any point this last format. But, like, with people not on main deck draw, and then the new support really just turboing out they're all one-card combos now into an end board that is, like, SP, Baron, Dissipator, like Omega, like, you know, Harbinger, or even the Calamity combo. So, yeah, no,
when it gets hit by
we love to see Mannadium.
Right, it's always added cards to the hand. So if
I'm watching this branded Synchro video, bro, or this Horus one.
Any of the other, you know, traps that are the traditional.
I feel like this is the wave once Gimmick Puppet gets banned, basically, or if they ban Sanctifier, because I feel like either of those will happen at some point, unless they really don't. Like, which, I mean, like, I don't think there are necessary issues right now. Like, they really aren't. Like, there's bigger fish to fry.
I wonder, because it's kind of a hit or miss strategy thing. Because if you draw all the monster,
I'm totally down with Unmall getting banned though, like Floodgates in that respect.
Just kind of turn them out. But if you have all the searchers,
but it's like if they are to ban Gimmick Puppet, they should be banning like Skill Drain. They should ban D-Barrier, Shifter. These cards that just are very uninteractable. Like, unfortunately, I think Droll needs to stay because of decks like Dark World. But at that point, they should ban Silva or put Silva to 1. Like, the Dark World Ken and Gen stuff is very degen. I side Alba a lot against Mannadium, Yeah, no, that's a big tech that you were telling me in our deck profile. Go check out the deck profile. Yuri has been on the channel before. Link will be in the description if you're watching the VOD, because we're going to be re-uploading these games as VODs. So if you're in chat, you'll be in the videos. So now, yeah, check out the deck profile. He went 44th place with Brandon at YCS Indy. Did very well with Brandon. Was the best Brandon player there. So with 60 card Brandon too. So go check that out.
Not having the strongest turn one, I think even TEARLAMENTS would keep control going first against this deck.
I would like to see some Brandon today. I think Brandon is in an extremely great position. I think people are finally starting to recognize that Brandon is better than Chimera. Like, I love Chimera. I don't hate on it at all. I think people were a bit high on that deck for a minute. My views said so.
We do see some powerful cards in Brennan's hand here. A lot of spells, though. In fact, I think it is 5 spells. So if there is a copy of Anti-Spell Fragrance for Doug, it could be really decisive here. But I think I also see 5 monsters from him.
So everybody's just got one color.
I can draw a card as an activated effect. Special looks like a Exosister.
All right.
Effect is draw.
Oh, we would get a draw here off Sophia. And is that a trap card? Looks like another monster.
Looks like another monster, unfortunately.
Not what you
Yeah,
want to see
exactly.
here.
It's like
But at
way
least you're able
too
to get started here.
linear.
Special from the graveyards this turn, and then also I can detach to search.
Oh, that's mandatory. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So now he's able to
I
detach.
think more
search
illusion
for
cards
some
need to
packs,
come out.
I imagine, just to get access to Martha.
Packs would be a great idea right now, just so you can again stack up those cards
To make it not so linear.
this one searches
Give it a
monsters
new game
immediately.
plan.
This one just searches monsters, so you just get Martha.
Cut out the middleman, right to the Martha.
Yeah.
So Martha's going to go
For
ahead.
alternative
and-
ways to
Yeah, Michaela
play
searches
that
spell
game
trap.
plan.
Okay.
Anything on Rose?
Nope.
So this allows you to go into Magnifica turn 1, which is pretty strong.
I know we already saw all spells from Brennan, but definitely playing like Nibiru is not a factor here.
Spell trap.
Well, that's the thing about Exosister, you just can't avoid Nibiru. There's no point in that deck where it's able to actually do anything relevant.
That's a
where you
good
can
point
actually
about
play around Nibiru. If you want to
Exosister.
make Magnifica, you're going to play into it.
Got to do what you got to do.
But at least
And I like Chimera.
in this line, you
But
have
the
bodies
fact,
set up, you
like
have
Yuri
Magnifica.
said, it's very
Any other
linear.
interruptions you have in your hand.
Yep, and then shuffle.
So it looks like he grabbed the Exosister.
Whereas
Goddess there, so at least have
Brandon,
one trap card to back up his
Despia,
code.
you can play that deck a
And
million
there's
different
Magnifica.
ways. You see my
Those
man
two
Yuri
monsters.
running a 60 card build and killing
Such a
it
cool
with it.
mechanic to say.
And you can run Branded Synchro. You can do that.
Yeah,
The top
card with a lot of
Dortmund.
effects here.
Run standard
I'll tell you what,
Branded.
let's read along with the crowd here. Must be Exceed someone with the above materials. Card can make a second attack during each battle phase.
And
Once
the
per
card
turn,
pool's so
detach material
wide
from
and
the card,
vast,
banish
and
one
so
card your
many
opponent
options you can run
That's
Super
not
Poly,
true.
which is amazing this
So
format.
He's on top of that. All right.
And then it swaps itself out.
It does. You can return an Exceed monster you own attached to this card to your extra deck, and then special summon that monster.
Yeah, I see
from your
people
extra
putting
by using
respect
the
on
card as material.
Despia
So it's a
now.
really interesting effect that you don't see on a lot of Exceed monsters.
So I like to see that.
Absolutely. So oftentimes it's going to have that non-target banishing, then swap out into a Michaelis, which on the turn that it's summoned will also get a targeting banish available as well. So it's a lot of removal in one card. Looks like that Duster is going to be used for that one Vadis here.
Some great value.
Yeah, he's going to be forced to put those monsters out on the field already, making them vulnerable.
But it does create that box again because they will be on the field saying, hey, stay away from your graveyard.
I can't do this.
Oh, he doesn't have the names.
It doesn't have the names. That's interesting. Oh, that is a huge misstep when you, well, I mean, you had the option to search the other trap. But I mean, not that it would have mattered into this Duster anyway.
It is a shame there. So we're going to go ahead and put those 800 life points back on the board.
All right.
And send that card to the graveyard instead.
Oh, we do have a copy of Kashtira Fenrir as well.
Summon Kashtira Fenrir.
Sure.
Which, I mean, fantastic card in general, but when it's able to search your engine, a lot stronger.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of Fenrirs just kind of showed up. It's a great card in general.
Sure.
Now it's sort of protecting, right? You can go ahead and activate that terraforming. You could add Splaston. Well, you don't care. You're just going to banish your opponent's monster instead.
Yeah, not like this deck can really play around Droll Knockward. You're choosing to prioritize the field spell that you are trying to get, but not that likely not going to be able to activate it regardless.
This board's
If you are
nuts
with
on the
Droll Knockward,
Branded
you'll at
Synchro
least
deck,
be able
bro.
to use Fenrir on the Magnifica.
Well, last time we started
I'm
with
glad
the
I got my
Fenrir
horse
planet, it looks
cards,
we're
like, they're
to
going up
Peaceful
now.
Planet Calarium this time.
That is the ideal planet to start with, just getting access to your entire Mannadium engine.
Is that your vacation destination?
All right.
Along my way. Eventually I'll end up at Pro Rhino, but
Fenrir effect?
well, we can start over here.
Going to go ahead and search
Grab
through.
another Fenrir?
I'm just going to get another copy of Fenrir here.
It's a great backup for sure.
I wonder if he has a copy of Forbidden Droplet in his hand. That would really solve this game very quickly.
Activate Reichphobia.
Yeah, no, he's starting with Reichphobia as well.
That's why he went for the Calarium. He already had his route played out.
I mean, usually you don't want to start with Reichphobia anyway because you get it for free very easily with Lightheart. So, I mean, you play 2 typically just so you have something to get off the Lightheart. It's more follow-up, right? Because you likely play 3 Reicharts now. But he's just going to go through it. Maybe he's trying to... I'm surprised. Because Fenrir is not going to try to attack the Magnifica because Fenrir does target, so Magnifica is going to just be able to chain itself, be able to banish the Fenrir and swap out into Michaela, so you're not going to want to waste your battle phase doing something like that. So I'm surprised it's not in defense if you're going to be able to potentially just use Reichphobia to destroy the Magnifica, because he only needs 1 more monster in defense to be able to use it.
No, that's absolutely true. He could force out that Magnifica faster if he had put out the kashtira Fenrir in defense mode, but it looks like it's not part of the plan because here comes the Peaceful Planet Calarium.
This is just going to likely add the Urium Heart. We did see a multitude of spells in Brennan's hand earlier.
Yes.
So if you control a 15 and a 21 defense.
I think I just realized we haven't seen Visa Samsara this duel at all.
You know, it really hasn't, like, both the extra deck monster and the level 4 monster has not seen play just yet.
Yeah, it's
Classic
like
Visa
they
Starfrost.
have to be there.
Attempt effect.
To send.
This is going to search a Mannadium card.
Yeah, this can search either Meek or the Mannadium. I mean, technically there's a lot of Mannadium spells now that you play. A little bit more options than it used to be with just Meek and Obsession.
There's some hidden gems out there. Somebody one day might be playing Fearless.
I think the last, like a few weeks ago, there were some other ones being played, but I mean, like, reframing is also an easy choice. But I don't know if that's ever going to be in your deck going second.
Probably not, but looks like we're resolving it now, so let's see what we search.
This is going to be the Meek. That makes sense here.
Such a great card.
So we have access to Visa Starfrost. We have access to Meek. And oh, it looks like we're forcing out some responses right now.
Okay. That's fine.
So I think this is going to, yeah, it has to get rid of the Fenrir, so Fenrir isn't there to deal with the Michaelis. So it's going to swap out now.
Now, it would be interesting if it wasn't the Michaelis and we just locked the graveyard instead. Right now, thinking just a little bit.
Thrust.
Oh, there's the thrust.
Well, no, tactics really simplifies things. So yeah, you're going to have to use Ash Blossom there.
Yeah, if you lose that monster, there isn't much left on your field.
Special summon Meek.
Is that an activated effect?
It is not. Activate Visa Starfrost targeting Meek.
There's your activated effect, so that's how we're going to chain.
Yeah, so unfortunately not going to be able to prevent the Visas from destroying the monster because Michaelis is going to come out a little too late. But so we're going to get a few extra monsters here. And that might just be enough. Like, once you have this many monsters in Visas, it's pretty simple. I think you're going to have to try to banish the Visa Starfrost here just to, like, avoid Astrolaud coming out as easily as possible. Yeah, no, this is just enough.
Nothing but net on this deck, going ahead and conceding the game, and so that means Brennan is going to be our winner. Exosister is a great deck, but it just didn't happen this time.
Yeah, like, I think when you're able to just have as much output as the Mannadium strategy has, like, yes, there is a good amount of things you can do in the Exosister strategy, but it's not enough to power through all the different layers that the Mannadium deck has. If it has enough engine to play, it has the power to push through.
Absolutely. It just one of those things where I love that we're in this, like, really going fast makes me feel alive era where synchro summoning just happens and happens and happens, whether it's a new Red Dragon Archer
that's a killer
recently released or Mannadium just like this. We're finally in the era of 5Ds again.
Well, I mean, I can't count out the Link monsters. If you're counting, like, I mean, Vrain's just as good as 5Ds. You can have 5Ds is better, but like,
true.
Like,
the anime enjoyers in here are going to be
like, SP Lil
Mannadium just one die. It's really hard to win against Mannadium when you lose die roll and you don't have interruption.
Was the reason he won that game outright.
No, absolutely. Reading using Baron on the floor, it's like SP Little Knight has figured out a way
And
to
the reason of Baron, like they're talking about right now, is just insane.
Everything moving. But it's one of those things where, like,